Major Garrett is CBS News Chief White House correspondent and with us here in Studio 57. Good morning. Let's talk about this. The president clearly making this a political issue, talking about it at a rally in Texas. How does it play out, though, 2 weeks from now?
So, look, in a Senate race, this issue matters, but in a House race, it doesn't. And let's think about House races. What's the real midterm election question? Do Democrats win back control of the House? Think of California, where I grew up. This issue and this story plays very differently in California, where 7 House Republican seats are very much up for grabs. So this story does play well for the Trump base in Montana, Missouri, perhaps other states. But in House races, and maybe the most important place for a lot of House races, California, it works against the president and Republican interests. So you can't think of this issue as all or nothing. It is a base mobilizer in certain places. It can hurt in other places.
2 weeks out from Election Day.
Right.
This feels like a different kind of midterm.
It does.
Does it to you, too?
It feels like a national election, does it not? And there is a sense in the polling data that energy in both parties is at historic highs. We've never seen that before. Usually if it's a midterm, one party is up, the other party is depressed. That's the Trump effect. I write in my book, Mr. Trump's Wild Ride, that under Trump, politics feels primal. Everything feels nationalized. Why? Because he always wants to be the center of every conversation. And these rallies, he's going to do 2 a day for the 6 days up to the election. 2 rallies a day, the White House has told me. That's intense personalization of national politics.
So
that's Trump's way.
Whether or not it is a referendum in some ways on President Trump.
And he wants to make it that. And his supporters look at that and say, he's out there strong and bold. We need to be out there for him. He knows that if he retreats, this becomes a Democratic conversation. He doesn't want that to happen.
There's also a difference between attending a rally and then going to the voting booth and voting for some guy or some woman you don't know.
That's not Donald Trump, exactly.
What do we know about, we know in the past the transitive property hasn't worked. Presidents have campaigned, but people haven't turned out. Is it going to be different with Trump? Everything
is different with Trump. And you have to at least appreciate the fact that people who show up in thousands, as they did in 2016, may in fact listen to this. And the president has said, it's me and it's Republicans. I'm transferring it. This doesn't usually happen, but I'm different, and you're different, and this movement is different. Everyone is traumatized, properly so, about what was missed in 2016. So there's this great sense of anxiety, and I think we all have to admit, we don't know what's going to happen on election night. We just don't. Because none of the predictive value of what happened in 2006, 2010, 2014, other midterms that were important, is relevant in the Trump era, because Trump changes the dynamic, the conversation, the enthusiasm models. Look at early voter turnout. Huge, off the charts. We don't know what it means. We just know it's big. And with big comes variables and unpredictability.
So we got to stay tuned.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, that's right. On your local CBS station, Major. Thanks so much, Major Garrett. We'll be with you for the next 2 weeks, probably every day.